You got the heads together, haven't you?
Those camels are
You got the heads together, talking it over there. Talking about the weather. I went to work for Schaefer Oil Company 12 years ago. I was down in Louisiana, down below Homer, and it was a gentleman over, Mr. Cox, down there. I was very amazing. I sold him some oil and grease for his farm, and he had some zebras. So I got to talking to him about the zebra business, and he told me that he carried most of his to Macon, Missouri. Later on, I sold him some more oil, and I wound up buying a zebra off of him, and she had a baby. She's gonna ease away from. She's gonna have a baby.
Oh yeah, she's a big old belly.
Well, we started off with one female and the baby, and then we went to Macon, Missouri. Me and my wife, we try to go up there once a year. That's her baby there, and this one here. This is the baby, that's the baby, and that little spectrum. We'll go. We went up there in the wintertime one year. That was a mistake. It gets cold up there. The ground's froze, water's froze, everything froze up. But now when we try to go, most of the time it's about the 5th, somewhere around in the summer months there. We'll carry our little males up there. We got into this, sort of beveled into it. We got I had some buffalo, and I had 12 head at one time, and then I sold a few of them, bought some back, and wound up going to Macon and getting some more females, and we've got them in 3 different pastures. We had three females, and we had to separate them, so we put them in 3 pastures, and that's sort of where we got into it. We got a big old head on that.
He's a huge head.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how big buffalo heads are.
It's more of a hobby than anything else, but it's wound up being a little more than a hobby now. But we still like to go up and go to the sales and make it. And that's all the history of it. We got a white camel here. It was, I think, 11 months old when we got it. We was very impressed over a white one being there. It was the only one that had it to sell. They had some spotted ones, and of course this white one was very unusual. So me and my wife, I bid on it, and I finally quit. My wife said, "You gonna buy it?" And I said, "Well, it's done got too high." She said, "Well, I'll buy it then." So she hit a lick or two and wound up buying the camel. So we got a white camel along with our brown ones, and we more or less semi-retired. We retired, I retired from the sheriff's office like 12 years ago, and planning on just staying on the farm and raising cattle and that, and I went to work for Schaefer Oil Company and wound up in the zebra and the camel and the buffalo business. So that's sort of where we're at now. Zebras is more of a wild animals than they are. You can tame them down. Now we went to a sale in Macon, Missouri, and a gentleman rode one in, and his son was riding on the back of him and made him lay down and all this. And I broke him to lead. I never have broke him to ride yet, but I broke him to lead. Come in, son. Come in. Different environment from any other animals. The zebras are. They more of a warm type of climate. Now the buffalo, they can stand this cold weather, but these zebras has to get up under the barn or where it's very warm at. They're different. like I said, I've got another little herd up north of town here that's, I don't spend as much time with them, but I do drive up and I feed them and all that, but they're not as tame as these are. These really not tame, but you can handle them pretty good, these are. But they pretty well adapted to this type of weather we have now. If we have some sure enough cold weather, I don't know, but anyway, so far they've been adapted to the type of weather we've been having the last few years. Well, I had about 15 donkeys, so I was gonna get some half breeds. Well, I got me a stud to put with them, a zebra, and he stayed with them, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. Didn't have nothing happen, so I changed studs and wound up getting. I've got 3 from him, and I've got one now. She's probably 11 months old. I had one that was about 1.5 years old, and I carried it to Macon, Missouri last year and sold it. So and it's striped legs, and see, it's got a few stripes across the back and the shoulders, but not
Yeah,
much.
a few of them.
She'll shed off next year. She'll have more of them when she sheds it off. Be a little darker, you can see her. Sandra named her Sunday. She was born on Sunday, and she named her Sunday.
Oh, that's a cute name. Sunday.
They're a little calmer than the regular zebras are, but they ain't laid back like the donkeys are. They a little more. They're sort of half in between. I generally, when I go out to feed them, I separate them. I mean, I run them all my animals together. And one reason I've got I lease my pasture out to my son, and I just got a small place here that I put them here at the house, and I run them all in there together. But I separate them when I'm feeding them. I try to, and if, of course I worm them, I put them separate. But they get along fine till you put out too much feed and try to feed them all in one place. Then they get where they don't get along too good together. So we try to separate them. He's